Hi, welcome to Ramesh Soft video tutorials. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss about how to retrieve the data from database and how we need to pass that data to our test cases using Java with Selenium. Okay, so basically we maintain test data in Excel sheets, so or in class files or in XML files. Instead of that, we'll maintain this test data in database and we'll get the test data over database and we can pass over it to our test case. Okay, that is our agenda in this video. Now, let me create one class, new class, JDBC Gmail login test case. Click on it. So before that, we need to add all Selenium jar files. Okay, so let me write the main method, or if you want you can execute from testng as well. Now first launch the browser. So here already I have the code to launch the browser. Control C, yes, Control V. Now driver dot, I'm not explaining with any framework level, just I'm writing the hard coding code. So driver dot find element by dot id email. So in real time we need to follow all, we need to maintain the reusable functions in one class file, and all these XPaths, web element identifications like id, name, XPath, CSS selectors, we need to maintain in one more file. That is, we need to make our test case very independent, but here I'm doing it in hard coding in single file. So this is web element. What is this web element? Username web element. Now first username dot clear username dot send keys. So here I'm not doing any validations, I'm directly writing the code. Okay, so we need to do a lot of validations, we need to do pre and post validation, but I'm not doing any validations, I'm directly writing the data. But here instead of sending the username directly here, instead of getting the username from Excel sheets, we want to get the data from where now? Database. Let it be as of now driver dot find element by dot id. That web element, this next web element is having id as next. If you want you can directly write here, click next. Let me write red dot sleep for 2 seconds. Synchronization, here I'm writing as of now red dot sleep. So a lot of ways, there 4 ways are there to implement synchronization: implicit wait, explicit wait, red dot sleep, and fluent wait. Next, driver dot find element by dot id password dot clear and dot send keys. Here I'm hard coding directly, I'm writing, I'm not following any standards here, just I want to show you how we need to get the data from database and how we need to pass over to our test cases. Find element by dot id, so my id is sign in dot click. After that I want to see the output, ask them to wait for red dot sleep for 8 seconds so that we can see the output. After that quit the browser. Now let hard code it Ramesh Soft dot selenium at gmail.com, and I'm writing the password as Ramesh Soft. Let me run this program. Run as Java application. See here what happens. This browser is launched, it's maximized, it's entering URL, yes, password, and it's waiting for 3 seconds, and then it's entering password, and then I kept red dot sleep, right? It will wait for 8 seconds and then it closes the browser. That's what we are doing. So basically in our program here I am hard coding the values, that username and password, but in real time whenever we are using Java with Selenium as automation tool, we need to get this test data from either Excel sheets or from class files or from XML files. But what we'll do is we'll get this data from database now, this username and this password. Okay, so already we know what are the standard steps to connect with the database. Now I think already in previous video we discussed about the standard steps to connect with the database, right? Now these are the standard steps to connect with the what database. So first we need to load the driver class and we need to get the connection object, and then whatever the operations we want we can perform on that once the connection is established, right? Now so let me do copy paste this code, Control C. Now see here I'm getting the username and password. So which username I'm getting? Ramesh8914. So before that, let's see total select star from Gmail login. Now let me remove this. All those things are not required. So people who don't know how to connect with the database, please watch our previous videos because we discussed everything in detail. Now let me run this program. Run as Java application so that we can see total. See here. 1 second. Let it run. So it's launching the driver because in 3.0 version Firefox driver is running over Gecko driver. So compulsory we need to specify the path of Gecko driver. Yes. Now see here. So these are the data available in my table. See here. Ramesoft.selenium is a username and password is ABC123. Ramesoft8914 is a username. Ramesoft is the password. Ramesh80btech is a username. Ramesoft is the password, right? So I want first one. Now see here. So we can get this one using either string format or index format. Now let me write first one. Now let me run this program. So as of now, let me comment this code. Let me comment out this code. Now execute our program. Run as Java application. Index out of bounds. Oh, sorry. Column 1, column 2. Now run as Java application. Now see here. I'm getting the data or not? Yes. But I want only first row. Only I want 0th row. First row. So for that, if you write while loop, you are going to get all those things. So here what I'm taking is I'm taking int row count. I'm taking one variable int row count is equal to 0. Now here I'm writing row count plus plus. So here what I'm doing is if row count is equal to 1, just to break it, just to break the loop. Now let me run it. So here I'm getting only first row, only first record. See here only I'm getting Ramesoft.selenium is the username and ABC123 is the password. Now I want to pass this one to what? My test case, my test case. So these are local variables, right? So I'm declaring where? Inside the while. So the scope is what? Inside the while only. I want to make it declare as a global variable. So just observe here, string username and string password, right? Control C, go back and let here declare string password and this string username. Now I can use inside the main method here. Now let me remove this. So my username password is there in these two variables. Now I want to pass this username password to what? My actual test case, my Selenium test case. Just observe here. So here I'm maintaining the data in where? My test data in database, and then I'm passing it over to my test cases. Now see here. Okay, now just observe here what I'm doing. So I don't want to hard code these values. I want to get these values from where? Database. Where my, see here I'm getting my values from database or not? Where all values are there, first record values in this username and password. So just pass over it here. So here I am passing username. Why it's giving error? Initialize, yes. So already we know that for local variables initialization is mandatory. So whenever we are using local variables, compulsory we need to perform the initialization, otherwise we are going to get compile time error. Equal to null, then c equal to null. So now for my Gmail login test case, I am getting username password. The test data is from where? Database, and then I am passing it over my test case. Just observe here. Just observe here. Now let me run this program. Run as Java application. Now see here my username is rameshsoft.selenium, password is abc123. Now the browser is launching over Gecko driver. Yes, Gmail is entered, username is entered, yes, password is entered. Now have you observed? See here, so I am getting this username password from where? My database. See here. So let me explain this code one more time. So already we know the standard steps to connect with the database. So in this Gmail login table, I inserted some data regarding username and password. And here I'm using the table and I'm passing my username password to my test cases by getting data from where? Database. So already we know how to connect with the database. So we are getting data from the database and we are passing that data to our test cases. So this is a sample how we need to maintain the data in database and how we need to pass that database data to our test cases. But actually here we maintain the test data in where? Database. So this is a sample example to use database for test data and how to pass the test data to our test cases. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good day, boss.